Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're down in a crawl space installing footer tiles. And footer tiles are pipes that are laid along the foundation wall set just at the footer. And you can see our trench that we've started there. A trench is laid with gravel underneath, perforated pipe with holes pointing down go into the trench, and then that's covered with gravel. As water comes down into the crawl space, it's picked up by this system and is carried over to the sump pump. And here you can see the pipe leading into the sump pit, where the sump pump lifts the water up and out.
So we're digging along the footer of the crawl space, and we got to get it down to the footer, so it's fairly deep. The footer's down here, a little deeper than normal for a crawl space, but we're going to make it work. And you can see the depth of this. We'll clean this out. We're going to gravel perforated pipe across here. Little obstacle here with the sewer line, but we'll go right underneath of it. And there's a water heater there. There's a few obstacles to get to the pit, which is at the far end down there. If you can see Chuck digging down there. That's where the sump pit will be. So let's get digging.
Before you start to dig, if you have a moisture barrier that lays across the crawl space, be sure to pull that back. And you can kind of see that moisture barrier behind me there. We've pulled that back before we started to dig because you need a place to set your dirt. And then that will be graded out and you can just recover with your moisture barrier. Here I'm at the sewer line, and it's not that difficult to get underneath of this. You just keep digging and believe you can do it. I promise you, you'll be able to get through there.
So right here is the sewer line, and we're going to have to go under that sewer line in order to get this footer tile through here. And there's just enough room. The footer's right there, so we've got just enough room to get this footer down through there. Footer tile.
Digging in the crawl space does take a little bit of special form, and the way that I like to dig is to think of yourself as in a canoe. So you're paddling, so you sink the shovel down and just row and pull that dirt out, setting it right alongside of the trench. We're going to speed the video up here, but actually this only took about an hour to trench across the back of this crawl space wall, about 60 feet. And we'll be ready to lay that perforated pipe in no time at all.
So here's our sump pit. Chuck's dug a nice hole and got the pit in there. Now we just need to finish that footer tile. It's going to come right through here under this wheelbarrow and over to where I've ended right over there. We're going to bring that footer tile right over to the pit.
Okay, our footer tile trench is complete. We've already poured the gravel down in the bottom for our base of gravel, and we're going to be installing the pipe. And you can see this gravel goes all the way through the trench and goes right up to the sump pump. Now we're just pouring bags of gravel down on top of the pipe to cover it. Notice that the area has already been graded out, nice and smooth back there, so we can lay our plastic back. Now we're just straightening up and pouring some more gravel, smoothing it out as we go. This system works the same way as a French drain outside. Water basically floods the bottom of the trench, comes up through that gravel into the pipe, and is carried away. That water goes over to the sump pump. The footer tile is an essential part of this system. Without it, the water really can't get across from the back over to the sump pit. There's our gravel base. Putting our perforated pipe in, and we'll cover that with gravel, and it will lead right up to the sump pump. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.